Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.
Welcome, everybody. Episode 57.
Woo!
Up to heaven.
Yep.
One day.
One day.
One day. Hey, Brett.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Not
Okay.
bad.
So we got Brett Clifton on the podcast tonight. He is Braden's tattooist.
Yep.
Yeah. So
The current.
Yep.
the just before
Top
we
shelf.
top shelf. Yeah,
There
just
you go.
just before we get into the admin-y section of the podcast. Tonight's episode will be a little bit on the modern day therapist.
Yep.
So much like hairdressers, barmen, tattooists, this is someone who has somebody sitting in front of them for multiple hours. You know, this conversations happen.
Yeah.
You know, people open up.
Well, look, it's a very intimate setting
Yeah.
when you're that close to someone for hours on end. And I think tattooing is probably a little bit different because whenever there's an element of stress, you tend to lean into the person you're with a little bit more. So that there's that level of trust.
Is they're leaning away slowly because of
Yeah, that's when it's come back. Don't make me get the numbing stick. But you know, it can be very cathartic. I mean, we all have a good chat, you know, and I think that the baseline of a good chat is you want some kind of reciprocation for the way you're thinking. It makes you feel normal,
Yeah.
to a degree. And some people love to chat when they're in pain. It sort of helps take their mind off it. Other people, not so much. They just clam up, and you know when it's really hurting because they'll be talking about yabba yabba yabba, and then dead silent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind a good chat.
Yeah, man.
It depends on what day you get me on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some days I can, I'm up for a good chin wag, and other days I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, I might be having a down day, or I might have a job it's just taking all my concentration, and I just need you to for a second. You can talk, but don't expect me to respond because I need to be in the game.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're dealing with something that's forever,
That's right.
you're going to want the best possible job. So
That's right.
If it wasn't for Brett, I would have had my back tattooed misspelt. Yeah, I spelt it wrong when I sent you the text,
Ah.
and you were like, "Oh, we should go through the spelling again." And then yeah, it was wrong. There was an extra. There was an extra A or an extra R, and you said, "Oh, you've spelt it wrong here," and I'm like, "Ooh."
Oh, no regrets.
Only
eh?
me and you would have known.
I have only misspelt something wrong once, but it wasn't my fault. It was a father coming in and he had this kid with like 3 middle names and whatever. And inside the first name, 3 middle names and the last name, there were 3 spelling mistakes. And blessed be to him, he told his wife it was his fault. But ever since then, I'll get the stencil, I'll read it out to you, we'll make the stencil, we'll put it on, and I'll just, for the 4th time, this is how it's spelled. And they're like, yep. If it's still good,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Liability's out of your
I've
hands.
saved a lot of people.
Yeah,
from
you have.
from terrible mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been in German though. No one would have known.
Yeah. No, nice, man. Nice.
Oh, you got to do the admin still, don't you?
Yeah, wow. Let's crack into everybody's favourite segment.
What ripped your undies?
There we go.
I'm going first.
You go first this
I
week.
got one.
Because
I finally got one that's not about life.
yours has been lame. I mean, not lame, but,
No,
you
but
know,
they've been.
you've used the same one for 3 weeks
times
in a
now.
row. So, you know,
But I'm doing better.
you're doing better now. That's it.
Doing the gardening on the weekend because we're getting ready to sell, and I'm doing the whippersnipping and I'm doing the edging with it, and I'm getting these really nice lines, and then because it's one of those automatic, you press the button and it extends the line.
Yep.
I don't know why, but on the weekend it kept retracting going in, so I had to stop and undo it and feed it back through, and that ripped my undies. It shits me to tears. I don't know why. So if someone knows why it's happening,
Well,
Does that have to come out the little hole?
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you've wound the
I feel ya.
thread on. The
No.
wrong way.
I've done it the right way because
Yeah.
it says wind this way, so I wind it that way.
Yeah, okay.
But then it still finds its way back in.
Has it has like a locking
I don't know.
pin
But
on it?
oh man, it was so frustrating, eh? And especially when you start getting that rhythm. You know when you get into your zone and you're like, "Oh, that's a nice line." Or I know my strides. I know the distances. No, I kept fucking it up.
Yeah.
They were my undies.
Yep. Yeah. No.
Mild inconvenience.
I mean, I could imagine you out there on the street just like throwing the weed eater like down the road.
Can confirm 100%. I did throw it. I did throw it at my bin.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's part of the process.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You got
Otherwise, I would have held on to it all day, and then what would have ripped my undies would rip my undies all day.
Yeah.
See, at least you mow. I don't mow. I haven't mowed for years. It's all time versus money for me.
Yeah.
I could be out there mowing, like we do something else productive that's actually going to make some money or whatever. So I'd rather pay someone to do it, and I can probably make more money than what I've spent on the guy mowing. So I don't worry about that stuff.
You could be Dean and have never mowed your lawn.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know how Dean's coming with us on our survival trip, so I don't know how he's going to go. I think he needs
Is
to
he
learn how
going
to
to
mow a
get
lawn.
the first
first.
one that's going to get eaten?
Oh, yeah, with my size.
Yeah.
No, Dean will be the one that'll kill one of us.
45 minutes later.
So yeah, no, Dino.
As an adult, I've only lived in townhouses
Ah.
that have not needed mowing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they come around and mow that little
Yeah.
2 meter square patch on the backyard?
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, but
Fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, mine. Okay, so I got two. I got a what ripped your undies and a what put the elastic back in your undies. Okay, so what rips my undies is flathead screws.
Why do they still make them?
Well, to be fair, I think they do, but I think the amount of people that use them are very,
They're only
very less
good.
and less and less. But what is good for me with the flathead screw is I hate coming across them because I'm jacked up for posi drive stuff. But it's like every time I remove one, I'm like, at least there's one less flathead screw in the world now. You know what I mean?
So you pull it out and then you replace it with a Phillips head.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what puts the elastic back in my undies is when I'm working away in a house, I'll tip a whole bunch of screws into like the lid of the jar, and I'll use that as. And I love it when you tip the exact amount of screws into the lid of the jar, and you get to the end of the job, and you pick up the last one for the last screw, and you're like, yes.
Oh, I can relate.
Things like that. You're looking around like, you want to see that?
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's a win.
So good. It happens to me. It happens to me quite regularly, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
You're
so
like a guy.
I'm so in sync with my job.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
But if you got rid of flathead screws, and they were countersunk, and you strip the Phillips head one, you're screwed.
oh man, flathead screws just suck. They just suck.
I think they're meant for the home handyman that doesn't really have a lot of tools.
Yeah.
So you can
Oh,
just go
yeah.
grab a butter knife.
Yeah, the butter knife.
Yeah, get the
Or
butter
the
Get it
steak
undone
knife.
as long as it's
Yeah.
not too tight.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah,
But, yeah.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that's ripped my undies,
That's
but
okay.
in the last week, putting the elastic back in. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of work on a van that I'm building up, turning it into a camper van.
Sweet.
Nice.
And more often than not, I just get so excited. I forget things. I forget measurements. So I'll be cutting something and I'll go to put it back. I'm like, why is that so much play in that thing? But was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. Spent the whole day in the van building some overhead cabinets. Not one mistake all day. And I did ask the Lord at the start of the day, look out for me today. Because sometimes you can get really upset with yourself and like, now we're going to go back to Bunnings and buy another bit of timber or whatever. But went through the whole day and everything just went doot, 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 and even things that I didn't even plan on just seemed to fit
Nice.
without even trying. It was like, this is a good day.
Yeah.
This is a good day.
Yep. Take that.
I think I got an extra bit of elastic on my undies that day.
Yeah.
So
Love
Bit of a pep in your step.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. And you'll look back on that one day and you'll go, yeah, that was the day I did that and just was so good.
Even the things that I didn't think about
Yep.
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I do like those
I'm
days.
quite renowned for doing the old 100 mil trick.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a positive, sometimes a negative. I'm like,
What's 100 mil?
I'm like, oh man, how did I cut 100 mil off that?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh well. Yeah, and sometimes it's good when you go over. It's like, oh, cut that
Cut
too
that
long.
down. No one will know.
Okay.
No one will know.
Yeah. Nice.
Harder to put it back together.
Yeah. No, awesome. Oh, let's crack in, eh? Let's crack
Let's
in.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Brett, you're a tattooist.
Mhm.
How long have you been tattooing, man?
I added this up the other night. It's about 25 years,
Yeah. Awesome.
which at times feels like 10, other times feels like 50,
Mm.
but I've never actually added it up. So 25 years tattooing, and I've had my own studio now for 9 years. And it's been really good. Really good. I mean, like with any job, there's ups and downs.
Mm.
And for most artists, when you get to do something that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work, you know. So you go in there, you have fun, then you go home. But it's like anything; it doesn't matter that there's days. Doesn't matter how passionate you are about something, you just kill to do something else just for the day.
Yep.
I'll sit there looking out the window some days. I think, geez, I'd love to go dig a hole for the council just for the day, just for something different, you know. Get a bit of sun on my face.
Yeah.
But no, look, it's been a great gift to be able to do that over the years. Because in high school, this is before ADHD was a thing. So I was the kid that was like, I don't quite understand what you're saying, but I never wanted to put my hand up and feel like a dummy. So I just sort of coasted through, and I managed to get the lowest TE score at the high school for like 10 years, which is
That's an accomplishment
it
right
really
there.
is. It really is.
right.
But I didn't get a plaque or anything for it.
So
So
you're first at the wrong end.
yeah, it doesn't matter. So I'm really grateful that I could fall back on the gift that I have of creativity, and then make a good living
Mm.
out of that, and a happy living
Yeah.
too. When I got out of high school, I wanted to be a tattooist then, but it was a way different scene back then.
Yeah.
You know, it was only like a handful of studios, and we don't need to get into what the background of a lot of those studios were, but I just knew that if I sort of got in there at that point, I've got a very addictive personality. I know that about myself, and I knew that wouldn't be good for me. So I put it off. I tried commercial art, boring. Graphic art, even more boring. So I got into cabinet making,
Mm.
and I did that for a good 10 years. I thought, oh, I'll make stuff with timber, good with my hands. And that was great. And it just got to the point where all through that time, I was drawing tattoo designs for people and selling them.
Okay.
And I did that right out of high school. I traveled all the way up to Cairns, down to Sydney, back up to Cairns, living in backpackers along the way and just drawing designs for people, selling them. Wasn't really living off that money, but
Extra.
it was good to keep that sort of creative sort of feel.
It was nice to know that your artwork was good enough to buy, that somebody wanted to buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And needless to say, my portfolio was just full of tattoo designs. So when it came to the time where I thought this is a good time to maybe pursue being a tattooist, and I asked the guy that was tattooing me at the time, I said, how does someone get into it? He goes, oh man, if you got a portfolio, bring it in. I think we're actually looking for someone. And so I slapped this telephone book of designs down, and he was just like, yeah. How long between this one and that one? I said, oh, no. A couple of weeks, da-da-da. And he put his hand and he goes, can I hang on to this for the weekend? I thought, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. And I pretty much started straight away. And for about 6 months, because I was so grateful to have my foot in the door and become a tattooist, I was learning how to tattoo in the afternoons after cabinet making for 5 days a week. And then I come in on a Saturday and do it on Saturdays. So it took me 6 months to learn how to tattoo and to get enough clientele to give cabinet making the shove and do tattooing full time. And it's been good ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah. That's pretty neat, man.
Yeah.
So no kind of apprenticeship for tattooing. You just had the gift.
Oh yeah, there was a 4-year apprenticeship.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. And back then you had to finish that. It was a way different dynamic back then. If you didn't spend your 4 years with that person who gave you your shot, you wouldn't be able to work anywhere else because everybody knew everyone and they say, no, he's shit. He walked out on it. So doesn't get it. These days people can start an apprenticeship, learn a couple of things, and after 6 months go, oh, I'm a tattooist. I'm going to start my own shop. And there's nothing, there's no regulation out there to say you're not good enough.
Yeah.
So you could buy some tattooing equipment online, open up your own tattoo studio tomorrow.
I was going to put it on the desk as well. I did. I bought one.
Oh, you bought one?
I haven't used it. I'm not using it. Oh, it was an ADHD moment.
He's trying
Okay.
to convince us to get.
Oh, I was gonna just put the initials of our.
He wants to tattoo me after the trip.
No, both yeah.
Yeah.
Just put like, real talk, no bull, RTNB, just a little token of what we accomplished. They said no.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Probably wise. I don't know.
No, I'm not not going to do it. Zach wants to tattoo me though. He wants to write his name on me. And I'm
Okay.
like, I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, if Henry Rollins can tattoo Steve-O in the back of a Hummer going through the desert, I mean, I'm sure it would be okay.
You saw how that turned out.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah, maybe I'll just go see Brett.
Wise.
Yeah.
I was going to get my sons to put their names under here, but then I watched kids tattoo, and they're just like, just like
Yeah.
burying it, drilling for oil. I thought, ooh, that's really,
That's right.
maybe not.
That's right.
Nah, like it's a good idea and it's
Yeah.
cute and stuff like that. I'll get you to draw a little picture on me, but
Everything
then
starts with a good idea.
It's not that I don't think you could, but that was one of the reservations I had. It's like, if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how deep to go or how not deep to go or whatever,
Oh, I didn't plan on doing it for it to look great.
If anything, it'll leave a nice scar. So,
Yeah, that's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go. See,
Yeah.
win-win.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it.
but yes, no, it's just sitting on my bedside table and
Practice on some pork skin first, and then I'll give you a
I've got
crack.
I've got some pads.
Yeah, we'll
Just put it on a
practice.
chain, hang around your neck.
Oh yeah, I should do that
Have
actually.
a practice,
Nice
man.
blend. Is it a pen or is it a coil machine?
Pen,
Okay,
yeah, just a pen.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like $80.
$80.
It was El Cheapo. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
They call what do they call them? Backyard scratches or something like that.
They call them a lot of things.
Yeah. That's
That's-
right.
I was
one of
going
the
to bring
kinder
it out. I was going to go. At some point, I was trying to think how I could incorporate. I was going to go. Oh, sorry, Brett. But no, I didn't. I thought it would be
what's
funny.
this piece of shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's right.
yeah. Don't offend me.
That's it. That's it.
But yeah, no. We don't, well, now I've lost my train. What were we?
So now that you've got your own studio,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
You got guys working for you? Or is it just you yourself?
It was me for about 6 months
Yep.
until I got my first apprentice. And then maybe another 3 months after that, second apprentice. And then started hiring, professional artists after that. At the moment, we've got enough space for 7. We have 6 of
Wow.
us in there at the moment, so we do have a 7th coming over very shortly.
Yeah, cool.
It's nice to see all the spots filled.
Mm.
But it's really interesting because it's only like 74, 75 square meters, and you got 6, 7 strong personalities in this box
Yeah,
with no windows. You got to find the right people.
that's right.
Otherwise, there always seems to be one that wants to find trouble where there isn't any. You know what I mean? But we've
Like-
done fairly good over the years.
Like you said, strong personalities.
Most artists do have a strong personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. If you look at all the great creators, whether it be music, visual, painting, sculpting, whatever, the great ones, there's always a little bit of a screw loose there. And I think it's because a good artist will probably spend more time in here than out here.
Yeah.
And it's by spending time in there that allows you to get that out. But someone who's more socially confident will spend their life out here, and they don't know how to sort of create as well in here or get what that is out. So you find, a lot of great artists that there was always a couple of screws loose up there, but that's not a problem.
I like your tattoo shop though. I've been to a few.
Yeah?
I do enjoy going to your one.
What is it about it that
I don't
you
know.
think is
I
different?
like going through that door and then seeing you at the like where the front desk is, tattooing in there. But then I like the banter and the music and
Oh, the bouncer. I thought you said the bouncer. I'm like,
bouncer. No, the banter. Yeah,
banter.
like the joking and the laughing and
It's
the
important.
music. It's a good vibe in there, and everyone's interested in what you're doing, and then they come over and see the tattoo and they ask, or they're all interested.
well, that's one of the good things that I wanted to sort of set up at my studio is the fact that, we are all in the one room together. So, pardon me. Other studios, you can have artists just fighting for the jobs. This is mine. Don't look. I want to set up an atmosphere where we can all talk about what we're doing. It's okay. I can learn something from someone that's been tattooing for, 2-3 years. They might be everyone's wired differently. So when you look at a picture, you break it down. How am I going to tattoo this? and someone can just have a little bit of a different spin on things. You're like, oh, I never thought of that. Or even if, like, we got a guy called Frankie, he does great trad work. So if I've got a client that's been coming to me for 10, 15 years and they want some trad work all of a sudden, I can do some great trad, but I know that he can do one better. So I don't mind pushing him. As long as they stay in the studio, man, there's no egos. We all get along great. We all have our moments too. But yeah.
How
It's
have
a
you
very
how have you
respectful-
seen the industry change over the years? Because you've been in it for so long now. Like, how's it changed? Like, is it changing for the better, or do you think, like, you know, the past had a better feel to it? Is it just different now?
You ask anyone about the past after a certain age, and most people always go back to the past, say the past was better, music was better, style was better. When I first started getting tattooed at the age of 17, because you could back then, you had to wear that tattoo. So if you got a tattoo, not many people had them, so you had to wear this. You wanted to stand out. I remember when I got my first tattoo up here, it was just a little skull. And I remember walking through the shops because all of a sudden all my T-shirts became sleeveless. I don't know what happened. And you could see people like looking like, he's got a tattoo. He's got a tattoo. Now, people are getting tattoos to fit in. They're not necessarily wanting to stand out. They're coming in. And, you know, you get a skinny little kid coming in and he's got this picture of a footballer's arm. And he goes, oh, can I get this? He thinks he's going to look like that. It's like, no, dude. What are you into? You know, because this just looks like a little kid putting on their dad's hat. You know, you're trying to be something you're not. We can clearly see you're not. So I'll spend some time and I'll talk to them, get out of them what is them, and come up with something a little bit better. That's probably the biggest thing. But now the tattoos are more socially acceptable. You know, you're getting housewives getting tattoos, policemen, lawyers, all the people that wouldn't be able to or wouldn't want to back in the day, they're getting tattoos now. And it's creating obviously a lot more clientele, but it's also creating a lot more studios. So the competition is greater than it ever has been. I don't think it's better or worse. It has its pros, it has its cons, but I'm just glad we're still able to do it. Because there's going to come a time soon when a lot of people bring in AI now, and they're saying, oh, can I get this tattoo? I'm like, that's not a tattoo. And they're like, yeah, it is. Look at the red skin. I'm saying, no. AI's got a really great way of creating a tattoo, and they put the red skin on it, makes it look fresh, but it's got ridiculous amounts of detail. It's just impossible. So we can do something similar, but I've just got to dumb it back a bit to make it want to stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can use it to give the idea of what you're looking for, but you like you said, you can't jam pack all that detail into like.
And once again, I don't really like copying something that someone brings me, because 9 times out of 10, 100 other people have seen this thing online too.
That's right.
And it's like, let's do something for you. We can use this as an idea, as a starting point, as a platform, but then we'll change it to suit your personality a bit more. Like, what do you want this to actually say? Has it got meaning behind it? Or is it just a cool picture to you? Or, I don't know, you tell me.
Have you ever denied somebody of getting a tattoo? Like, is there tattoos that you won't do, or places that you won't tattoo on people?
I've only denied someone once. I don't like saying no.
Yeah.
I like saying, no, have you thought about this? I like to have a backup plan, because if you just say no, most of them are just going to go, righto, and they go somewhere else, and someone else is going to do it. I want to steer them in a way that's probably going to give them a little bit more of what they want, because it's usually maybe, once again, a young kid comes in, they want a novelty piece, or they want to go for something shocking straight up. No tattoos. I want to get my throat done. No, dude. No. I want to see you with, you know, a chest first, and we can join that up to it. Back in the day, you know, you weren't allowed to get a hand tattoo unless you had a sleeve already done first. Now they just want to hit the main areas first, and it's like, no. There was one girl, I was probably tattooing for about 6 months, and she came in, and this is back when goth was a thing. This is before emo.
Oh,
This is a long time ago.
for your time, Dean.
So she wanted to shave her eyebrows off and get tribal eyebrows, like segments of solid black. And she had the black hair and the black clothes. And I thought, wow, that's going to look amazing. Absolutely fantastic. I was like, yes, yeah, we can do that. We're doing that. So I booked her in, And then I went home and I thought, oh man, she's always going to be that person. Like even if she changes her style over the years and grows her eyebrows back, she's still going to she's going to be eyebrow girl. Picking kids up from school, she's never going to get out of that. So I told her it's not a good idea. I didn't have a backup plan for her at that point. But I don't know what happened to her. Maybe she went off and got it somewhere else. I don't know, but I wouldn't be able to live with myself doing that to her because she obviously hasn't thought about it long term. And this is where,
like it's good for the now.
It's great for the now. And a lot of them are just thinking about now, I don't think it's really until we hit our 30s that we start to have an idea of our mortality, like what our lifespan is and what we want to achieve. People think, oh, I'm just going to be a cool old person. Yeah, maybe. But tattooing still is, it can be very sexist. Like, all right, I'm tattooed pretty heavily. Being a man, and this is not to be sexist, but I can carry these tattoos whatever phase I go through in my life.
Yeah.
Whatever image I want to, it's going to look natural. When you're a female, you get certain things on your arms, whether it be those sticker pieces where it's just makes you look sexy and hot now. But you're never going to be able to transform into that demure woman later on in life. And I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying you need to think about that a lot more. Because, I've seen women who've got those pieces on their arms like 20, 30 years ago and what they look like now. They're kind of stuck in that one image that they can't break. So I try, and if a woman wants a sleeve, we'll really sit down and just something that flows, something that's going to work with it throughout the years, rather than just something that's going to make you look hot now, because you're not going to be this person forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that you're putting that forethought into it though, because like you said, like there's a lot of tattooists out there that'll probably just do it just
Take
for
your
the
money.
paycheck.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they'll do it. I mean, we all have our times of the year when we have a slow period, and you're just dying for someone to come in. But still, I've got to go to sleep at night.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're marking someone for the rest of their life. And a tattoo is a forever thing, even though we might not be putting as much thought into it these days. Back in the day, you really thought about your tattoo.
Yeah.
This is on me forever. So, you made sure it was right. Now, we're a very throwaway society. If something's broken, you just throw it away, get another one. Doesn't matter what it is. And even tattoos now, they're only thinking about what looks good this week. I'll just get it covered up 6 months' time. You're like, dude, I just did that.
Yeah.
Why am I covering up my own work already?
That's
I thought we went through this.
May as well just get the ones that last, a couple of months when you can just not iron them on, but
Oh, look, I think we're not far away from that. There'll be some kind of laser stencil that could go on that could stay there for a week or so.
They had that in that movie.
What's that?
Starship Troopers.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was proper tattoos, but that was just put on with a laser.
Yeah,
and they had to hold still.
Yeah, that's right.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it'd come out like a blurry
Yeah,
photo.
what's that?
Starship Troopers.
It was Starship Troopers,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they poured beer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's good for it.
I'm glad it didn't take
But
2 minutes
that's
to
like,
get there.
but it's going to be like, well, this kind of tattooing now will be in the future will be the traditional tattooing, and then there will be a different way of doing it. Like it's not always going to.
100%.
What are your styles and what don't you like tattooing? Because like every tattooist has a style they don't like, and you'll get that guy coming and go,
And
"Can you
I'm
do
not
this?"
going to say it because someone will come in wanting it.
Yeah, I was going to.
And they'll say not him because I know he hates it. Look, I always want to be that artist that no matter who walked through that door, I can look after you.
Yeah.
No matter what style it is. I think it's
Don't
criminal.
pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great artists out there that have made a great living off just that one style. Yeah. But there's a lot that have tried and just, like you said, pigeonhole themselves. So when times are slow and there's these fine line, if all they do is trad, and something fine line comes in, they can't do it.
What's trad?
Traditional.
Ah.
Nice, thick, bold outline.
Yeah.
Solid colours.
Like what I got on my legs.
Do I have it?
Light sources that come from
No.
every single place. That
No, I
don't
don't
make
think
sense.
you've got any trade stuff.
We can make it work, can't we? We can do something.
traditionals like the big old like Endeavour ship and
Yeah.
all those.
You like
sorts of
see like an
things.
eagle on the chest, like that old,
Oh,
with the American
yeah.
flag
or
on
you
it.
know the old skulls with the cigarette and the top hat.
Yeah.
Well, that's like 80s trend.
No, I know what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah, they were cool. I haven't seen one of those for ages.
Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I don't need a reason. Well, I do usually do get a tattoo for the reason, but yeah, okay, all right.
Well, we've still got to talk about that arm.
Oh, do we ever?
Mm.
Ooh, it's ugly. And look at
Yeah.
it. Zoom up. That was back a long time ago.
Oh, that's Jesus.
That's
and-
Jesus with gills.
It's
and
Jesus
he
Aqu-
has
Aquaman.
eyelashes on his eyebrows and no neck.
Yeah.
That was a tattooist.
Well, no neck because he's got a.
I won't,
he's got
I
a
won't,
beard
I
or
won't say
something.
where or whatever, but he was a Hell's Angel and he was extremely stoned when he did it. And he's like, "You don't mind, do you?" I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I was only like 18. I was like, no,
I do, but I'm not saying.
Yeah, that's right.
The first one I got on my back, that guy was extremely stoned too, and it
Yep.
was my brother-in-law. Actually, he says, "Oh, I delivered a washing machine to this guy the other day," and he says he'd hook us up with some tats, and I said, "Oh yeah, it's pretty keen, you know." He says, "Yeah, come on, we'll go around on Saturday." So I, went round there, and I had a picture, and he didn't like the fact that I brought around my own art.
Oh,
You know?
okay. How many years ago was this? This sounds a
That
long time ago.
I was 17, so I'm 40, coming up 43 now, so
Yeah,
it's a
my
long
math is
time
terrible.
ago.
I don't know how
Yeah,
many years ago that
yeah.
is.
I still got my shoes on.
25.
25, yeah, 25
Thank you, Dan.
years ago. And yeah, he didn't like the fact that I brought around my own art. It's probably because he didn't have the means to be able to create the stencil for it or whatever,
Yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, it's all good, man. I'll just choose something of yours, And so I chose something of his, and I got it done on my back, and it's I'm so glad I can't see it. Yeah, it's so faded now that it's like I think like one session on a laser, and then I could probably
Oh,
do a
okay.
nice cover up piece
Oh.
on it.
Doesn't bother me,
That's-
eh? I've
That's
got
sort
heaps
of
of shit tattoos.
yeah, because I've like once I into my early 20s, I was kind of like I actually wish I had to save my back because I sort of started coming up with this idea for a full back piece, and so that was
Well, look, depending on how faded it is,
mm.
if you're looking to get a whole back piece, we can
Yeah.
just hide it.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, and I think with what I want, you'd probably be able to hide it quite easily.
Sometimes you don't realize just how faded a tattoo is until you throw something new, like
Yeah,
right next to it over the
that's
top. You're
right.
like, holy crap, that's really faded.
That's right.
It's almost like nothing.
Yeah, I'll show you when we're done.
Okay.
Yeah. You can
I'm
give me some tips on it. Give me some tips on it.
You can fix my other arm too if you want.
Yeah.
If you can. That is shit.
What?
There's no point in regretting. Like, what's the point of regretting it?
That's it.
I always thought I'd just get it blacked,
Yeah.
and then
No regrets.
No
You ever seen
regret.
that? You ever seen that tattoo?
Oh, no regrets.
no regrets, no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets. Yeah.
That's my creed. It's my motto. No regrets.
So
Another movie.
So as a tattooist, you've seen people all day. Like, do you sometimes, even after like sort of like the mental load that you would have like tattooing and concentrating with drawing and stuff all day, do you get hit with like like you're saying, like some people like to talk and stuff. Do you ever kind of come away going, man, that was a really heavy conversation? Or do you kind of feel like, you often hear like a lot of people say, oh, tattooing's my therapy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I like the pain, like as a tattooist sitting there tattooing, are you kind of like seen as this modern day therapist for people? Like,
It can be.
yeah.
It can be. Like I said, it's a very intimate setting when you're there for hours on end. And, as I said before, we all love a good chat. And I think sometimes when you've got something weighing you down on your mind, the best person to tell is a stranger. And that can really sort of be a nice bonding experience for the two of you, which can be just the very reason why they want to come back. Like, you can give them a great product, I think, but at the end of the day, people come back for the experience, if you know what I mean. So you can go to a studio, the walls are white, there's no music, there's no talking. but the tattoo's fantastic. Or you can go get this tattoo's pretty good, but you had a cracker of a day.
Yeah.
There was laughing, there was banter, there was some great music. The TV had some video clips playing. It smells nice. You go back for that, I think. But no, I've had some great conversations over the years. Some really heavy,
Yeah.
some that I probably didn't want to know.
Yeah.
But once again, someone just needed to get something off their chest. You get the guys coming in telling you things that they probably really shouldn't. Like, flexing that their wife hasn't met their girlfriend yet or things like that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't need to know that.
Do you like push like a little bit harder on the? Yeah, you bastard.
No, well, I try not to judge. But
No, yeah. Each to their own, I guess.
yeah, if I can help steer them in a nicer path, that's good. But most of my clients, we get along great, and I've got clients. I've just started now, going third generation. So clients that have tattooing way back in the day, they've had kids, tattooed their kids. Their kids have grown up, and now I'm tattooing their kids.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it really, really puts things into perspective. Like I remember you when you were like this big, and now I'm tattooing you.
Yeah.
It's a good honor.
Yeah.
Because
say that.
it's like a family doctor. Your doctor knows what's wrong with you. They know you inside and out, and you trust them, and they trust you. So when the kids are going, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. Like, you're not going anywhere but to see Bretto.
Yeah.
That's it. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can get out.
Yeah.
And so that's really great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah. I like all of these are my own artwork, right? 'Cause when
Oh,
I
you drew
was-
them?
Yeah. When I was
Good for
5,
you.
my cousin came home with the Pink Floyd album cover on his
Yeah.
arm, and it was the pyramid with the light beam going in
Oh,
with the rainbow coming out.
God, that's so hard to tattoo. That.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was probably 16 at the time. I was like 5.
Yeah.
And but I was just amazed at this tattoo. I was just like, and I said to my dad, I said, Dad, I'm going to get tattoos one day. And Dad just said, if you're going to get them, you draw them yourself. And I said, yeah, okay. So I learned how to draw, and Dad would take me to like the tattoo conventions down in Auckland Harbour, all the bikie conventions and stuff. And I'd go down there and I'd watch the guys doing live artwork and in these dingy ass car parks and stuff like that. But I was just so amazed by it. And I never was a really fantastic artist, but I liked patterns, and I liked I liked drawing and stuff like that. But I can't remember where I was going with that.
I think it's good that you drew
Where
your
was I,
own.
where was I going with
Something
that?
about you were drawing, and I would kind of stop listening because I was looking at your tattoos, going, "Oh yeah."
Oh man, I've totally lost
It's
my.
not like
train of-
you.
I know
That
it's
is-
not.
that is a first.
That's
There you
really
go.
not.
That is a
It's
first.
Really not.
Let's. We were talking about tattoos
Yeah. Then my-
and generations,
and my
and then
cousin.
your cousin came over with the Pink Floyd tattoo.
yeah, I can't remember
and
what
then
I
your
was
dad
segueing
said-
from Brett there. Oh, I
Well, look, all
apologise for
those
that. Apologise for that.
very personal to you
Yeah.
because they came out of you.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
nice little eclectic sort of mix you got going
Oh,
on there.
man.
I would have just had stick figures, mate. If I drew mine.
But they would have been great looking stick figures.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I think Brett's gonna make a fair bit of money out of my fixing my fuck ups.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just showing him one of mine earlier.
There you go.
Yeah. Might get him to touch that up for me, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
yeah.
age.
Yeah, that's just an age thing.
That's a little bit
Too.
spread.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And I moved away, and so I never really got a chance to go back to that guy because he would have touched it up for me. Yeah, but I never got the chance. So yeah, but no, that's yeah.
Was
yeah.
that in NZ?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've only been living here since 23.
Oh, right.
23, yeah. So
Okay.
I actually moved over here when I was 18, 2002, 2003. And yeah, got one of mine done in Brisbane. That one there done in Brisbane. And but yeah, I almost ended up homeless, and I ended up back in NZ after about 4 months. Yeah, so I sort of pissed all my money away, and partying and drugs and booze, and had to ring my mum with my last $6 to say, Mum, can you bail me out, get me home? She was like, yeah, give me a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, has anyone ever come back to you and said, like, that conversation that you've had has like helped actually steer them into a better path or direction, or you gave them like some really good insight, or like, do you get that more often than not?
I wouldn't say more often than not, no. But it's not my goal to give anybody advice, you know.
Well, it's just what you've learned over the years yourself, isn't it? That's all we can do.
Yeah, look, I'm no one to judge. I'm flawed. I've made mistakes. But sometimes, you know, and I honestly can't think of anything specific. But I know that, you know, I've had a positive influence on people, and they've had a positive influence on me too, because sometimes the talk isn't just about them, it's about me too. You know what I mean? Like, we can be talking about anything, and I could have some dramas sort of going on in life, and, you know, depending on how much the trust is there, I'll bring it up, and they'll maybe give me a bit of insight into sort of what's kind of like, oh, wow, didn't think about it like that. That's pretty cool. Or you'll go home and you'll think about it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there it is. Gotcha. But that's just the base of human interaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
We all just want to be normal, feel normal.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember when you were doing my back. I remember we were having a good chin wag, and it's good when you. It's almost like you start your tattoo and you go, okay, how's this one? Like especially if you don't know the tattooist, and you go, okay, well, it's almost like you don't feel comfortable until it's like when you get your hair cut and you're just staring in the mirror, and then you start that little bit of a chat, and then it's like, oh, yeah, then they start recognizing you and they start talking a bit more, and then it's like then you're totally in the zone. Then you feel like you can, if you want to, divulge a little bit of what you're going through, and I don't know, like for me, a lot of my tattooing is coming from something that I've experienced, and it's not usually nice, but it's a reminder that I got through some shit.
Yeah.
So I guess you would hear a lot of, well, if it's me, but you know, do you find that there's a certain pattern of conversations? Is it more about traumatic experiences, or is it happy, or is it
It's everything. It's everything. You know, I think first there has to be that connection, you know, a connection of energy. So you can go to a psychiatrist and it could be just them. It feels like they're just reading from a book, if you know what I mean. There's no connection. So you go to the next one, and the next one, all of a sudden you find someone you hit it off with. Then the healing can start, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, it can be the same with tattooing. And you get the people who just don't want to talk at all. That's fine. They just want to put in their headphones, or that's the way they deal with it, or they're just not a talker at all. You can't get nothing out of them.
Yep.
No matter how funny you are.
Yeah, but
or how funny you think you are.
But yeah, you definitely. I was just thinking about what you were saying before about the experience, because like I was saying before about my tattoos, and you know the guy was a stoner and all that stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, you do. Even years later on, when I think about my back, I'm gonna be like, that could have been spelt wrong, you know, and I'll remember the shop. So yeah, I think you're actually spot on with the experience as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's you're paying for that as well.
Yeah. Well, look, visiting other studios, you know, when I was learning and when I was getting tattooed before, even that, you sort of collect a little bank of knowledge about, oh, if I was to have my studio, I would have that. I wouldn't have that. Definitely wouldn't have that. So when it comes time, you're like, you've created this perfect sort of Eden, if you will, for the person coming through the door. Because it's not about you, it's about them. You want them to come back, so give them the best possible day you can give them.
Yeah,
Tick all the
right.
boxes.
That's right.
yeah. No, Top Shelf's got a good vibe there.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I always tell people to go there, whether they do or not. I don't know, but I don't know. Go there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Heard.
Top Shelf,
Top Shelf Tattoo. Albany Creek.
Yeah.
Albany Creek.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. At the end. Well, once we publish it, we'll put all your details and stuff in the description and whatnot, so people know where to
Sweet.
find you. You got social media and all that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're on Insta.
Yeah.
Top Shelf _ tattoo.
Yeah.
Facebook, Top Shelf Tattoo.
We'll
It's, it's pretty hard
we'll
not to
chuck it
find
all-
us.
Yeah, we'll chuck it all up.
We'll chuck it all
We'll
up.
chuck it all up.
Yep. Yeah.
It's strange with the social media. You get people that message you to make a booking.
Yeah.
And so you say, yep, this day. And then they message back, whereabouts are you located? It's like, you're on Facebook. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh, it's a bit too far.
You have the ability to Google me even.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Move your thumb to the left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are fucking lazy.
Oh, people.
Maybe they're just that excited that it slipped their mind to to do that.
Yeah, 'cause I've just seen the artwork or whatever on Facebook and just, I've seen the message now, button, message.
I need to go there. I don't
Yeah.
care where this place is, but I'm
Yeah.
going
And
there.
it's like, oh shit, where actually are they?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what happened in Japan. I didn't realize where it was, and it was like an hour and a half train ride, and I was already committed. And I was like,
Adventure.
Well, there's
Yeah.
actually a top shelf tattoo in, I think it's Vegas.
"Oh, is it?"
And over the last 9 years of the studio, I think I've witnessed 2 people trying to book, and they think they're talking to the one in Vegas.
Crazy.
So that'd be a long trip.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to make it a full day, dude.
That's it.
Yeah.
that's it.
Wow.
That's it. How do you how have you seen the perception of tattooists change over the years? Like, I guess, like, 30 years ago, tattooing was probably not that mainstream, right? But now, as a tattooist, how are you perceived and received when you say, "Oh, I've got a tattoo studio"? People pretty, obviously, you look the part, but do people receive tattooing well? Like, is there
Some people
still a
do.
perception in society that tattooing's for bad people,
Like a
or
stigma.
like, is the stigma still there? Like, and especially against tattooists as well. Like,
I wouldn't say against tattooists, but against tattoos. You still got a lot of businesses, like some clubs or some restaurants. Funny story. We were wanting to go out for dinner a few months ago for one of the staff members, one of the artists, and they'd booked a dinner at a rooftop bar. But we later found out that no hand tattoos, no neck tattoos, no head tattoos, and I got the trifecta.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I called them up and I said, "Is this just a blanket deal for everyone, or maybe if you meet me, you can see that I'm kind of okay?" And they said, "No, if you got hand tattoos, neck tattoos, you can't come in." And I thought it was really strange because I'm the only one that has all those out of the artists in the studio. Yet I'm the one least likely to cause a ruckus,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a nice guy. I know a lot of assholes out there that have no tattoos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's right.
But some places they've just got to have that sort of blanket deal. They think they're doing the right thing. But as far as having tattoos, I think a lot of people, they might sort of see me first and sort of get an idea of what I might be like. But then once they start talking to me and they go, "Oh, wow, he actually pronounces these words pretty good. He's actually not too bad." Yeah. Not a lot these days, but there are still some people out there. Yeah.
Is that discrimination though?
That's what I was thinking. Like, how
It
can
feels
they-
like it at the time.
Because I mean, like right now in the media, there's 2 cases of discrimination, right? I'm not really going to go down this path too much, but this is women who have women companies for women clients, and they've denied transgender people from being able to come into their business
Well, this is a rabbit hole we said we wouldn't go down.
to utilize their business for what they're doing. So this is like dance studios. Well, one of them, the latest one, is a dance studio, and now she's finding herself wrapped up in a lawsuit because she's denied this transgender female from coming into her studio to dance. Is this not the same sort of thing though? Like, you're just a person with some art on your body. Can companies actually put these blanket rules on? Like,
Yes, because being tattooed is you're not a protected class.
yeah, okay, yeah, I understand. There's human rights
Yeah.
involved there, right? Like,
Yeah, look, I'm really not qualified
yeah,
to speak on behalf of any group.
Yeah.
it just made me think of that, because it was just kind of like, well, if somebody can create a lawsuit about that, then why is this really any different? Like, you're being discriminated against because of the way you look into a space that other people can use. Yeah.
Well, look,
yeah,
I would have thought that it would be whether it was Brett or a female.
yeah,
wouldn't be, like-
it wouldn't be any different. They're blanket ruling the tattoos,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So,
Look, there's a similarity in the thought pattern there. Obviously, the transgender thing in the last 5 years, it's a hot topic. So you're going to have people that have jumped on the bandwagon and say, leave them alone. And you got other people that like saying the opposite. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
at the risk of alienating yourself by letting these people come in and then having other people who might not understand you or the transgender community might think that you are somehow supporting that, so they don't want to come there for that, or
You're damned if you
vice
do.
versa.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's just
it's
some
not-
people are very simple-minded.
like you said, like it's not something that I even gave much thought before that conversation, but yeah, it was just sort of something that sort of just touched over my mind there. It's something that I'd probably need to go into a little bit deeper in researching to really
Yeah.
have a better understanding of
I
that.
mean, if
but-
it was something that I really, really needed, like I needed a heart transplant and this is the only place that I can get it, but they're not going to let me in because I got tattoos, then that would really sting.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
But most times, it's usually
Yeah, 'cause
it's
I mean,
something
there's-
small and I don't take it to heart. It's
There's
just the way it
nightclubs
is.
and stuff
Great.
that won't let visible tattoos
Someone else is going to get my
through
business
through the
It's
door and stuff.
Totally
like
fine.
that. Yeah,
Mm.
that's right.
It's only a problem if you make it one.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And I guess that would bring me round to the discussion or the topic of like, how are you perceived in the church? Because you recently refound your faith.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so how were you perceived when you rejoined the church and stuff like that? I guess they'd be pretty accepting, right?
They were very accepting.
Yeah,
It really wasn't a thing.
no,
Um,
it's great. It's great that they look past that, right?
yeah,
Um,
Was that the same? Because when we were talking, you said before that you've refound it.
Hmm.
What about prior to? What am I trying to say here?
well,
Like back in the day.
did like you grew up with some kind of religion?
yeah. I was
Yeah.
raised Catholic.
Yeah,
It was like most kids, I think, when they sort of grow up with that, it kind of feels forced on them, and it was slightly hypocritical in our household. It was like, we'll drop you off at church, but we're not going. And then you've got this, 8 and 10-year-old kid who's got to walk home 45 minutes after church. So by the time I got old enough to sort of make my own decision, I sort of pushed it away because it
Well-
wasn't the church that I was.
why was that? Why were your parents just dropping you at church and then not?
I don't know.
attending
Maybe they
themselves?
just wanted a Sunday morning without us.
Free babysitter.
Who knows?
Maybe
Who
they
knows?
liked the idea of. Were they quite into it, or do
No, it was probably more my stepfather.
you reckon it was also like I know a lot of people that say about religion, but then they go, oh yeah, but the teachings are good, and was it?
Oh, look, I'm glad he did because that's the seed that was planted all those years ago, and I realized that when I came back, I pushed it away not because I wasn't pushing my faith away. I was just pushing that regimen of having to go to church and do all the things I didn't want to do. I got other things I want to do on a Sunday morning as a kid, So when I came back, it was for completely different reasons. I wouldn't say I ever left the faith. I just didn't acknowledge it.
Put it on
Because it
ice.
seemed like it was a hassle. And like we were
Yeah.
saying before, once you come to terms with your mortality, as you get older, you start to really look at your life and go, well, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? So it was a strange time when I did sort of come back into my faith because I remember the first, I was watching Passion of the Christ. You seen that one?
No,
This is Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
I think it's really good.
It's fantastic. It's
He
fantastic.
does make a good movie.
He does. I remember sitting there just in tears
Okay.
and just really reiterating this is what he did for us. For us. He loves us that much. He did this for us. And so I started talking to God a little bit more on a daily basis. Not necessarily taking time to stop and pray, but just talking like a friend because he's always there. And then I started going through a bit of a rough patch with certain things. I had some medical issues. Not that it was anything great, just things that you sort of get used to over the years. Then we had some financial troubles, and because I'm a sort of, I live by myself with my son. And so I was thinking, if I can't provide for him, we're going to lose the house and da-da-da-da. I was really beside myself. There was a chance of going bankrupt in there as well, with a few things, not to do with any of my, nothing that I've done, but just with the tattooing industry.
Circumstance.
Well, yeah, look, just very quickly, with the fire bombings and stuff that are going on, all
seen that.
tattooists nationwide have been deemed high risk.
Yeah, I've seen
So
that.
property insurance.
What have I not heard?
There was a shop that just got firebombed 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, well, a lot of them, it's what's happening in Victoria with the tobacconists and stuff, and we are on the same licensing as the tobacconists. So, to the insurance board, we're high risk because we're going to get firebombed next, which is really strange in Queensland, because in Queensland, to tattoo you have to get a license. To get this license, you got to go through a very stringent police background check. So if you've got any affiliations with bikies, drugs,
Radio.
weapons, you can't get a license.
Okay.
So Queensland tattooists are not low risk. We are no risk, yet we've still got to pay these outgoings. So property insurance went up 200%.
Wow.
And that extra 200% you've got to pay as the tenant that's classed as an outgoing. And we lost, I think, like 4 in Queensland in the last 12 months because they couldn't afford to do it. They just put it on you. You've got to pay it. If you can't pay it, we'll come after your cars, whatever. So a few went bankrupt there. And that was a concern for us, for me. And I remember just that whole month, I just kept seeing Jesus' face pop up in my head. And I kept hearing the same phrase, through suffering comes salvation. And I thought, why does someone have to suffer to get salvation? Why do you have to? And it sort of hit me. You need to be at a point in your life where you truly, truly want him. And his face popped up on TV for me, just out of something. Oh, I actually do skate decks as well. All those skate decks you see.
Yeah, I've seen
that.
the
I do those. So it came to a point where I just wanted to do one for me at this point. I said, well, what do I want to do? I don't even care if it goes into circulation and gets printed, whatever. It's just something that I want to do. So I did Jesus on the cross. And I realized that was my 33rd deck. And he died at the age of 33.
Yeah.
And to me, that was a nice little Easter egg there. Easter egg. But anyway, so I'm seeing the legend. Now I'm beside myself with stress. And I've stressed before. And nothing ever comes from the stress, but I was so stressed. And I just said, I stood up and I said, God, if you're real, I need something. I need you to show me something. And just like that, this immense amount of love. This is really hard to describe to someone who, little disclaimer, like I was always that guy whenever I heard people's testimonies back in the day, they start crying and weeping like, dude, you got my attention. Don't need to cry. Just tell me the story. But I get it now. I get it now because God is love. He's pure love. And with that, this immense amount of love come up through the floor and into my chest. And it was so powerful. It knocked me off my feet. I just dropped to my knees.
Is this what you were referring to when we spoke on the phone? Like it was like a...
It was an external love.
Yeah.
It wasn't my love.
No, you said it was like a divine
Yeah, I wouldn't say divine intervention. It was just an interaction with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
It was a rebirth, if you will, a rebaptism. And you know what love is. You got kids?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
You know what that love is that you feel for your kids? If someone says, would you take a bullet for your kid? You'd be like, yeah, give me the gun. I'll do it myself. Take that love, times that by 10, 15. Like it's an unnatural, unhuman amount of love. And that's what I was feeling. And it felt like it was coming from someone else. It wasn't mine. And just as you're hearing me now, a voice said to me, I'm here. I've always been here. And with that, I knew it was him. It wasn't psychosis. It wasn't anything like that. It was purely physical. And then I had a feeling of everything was stripped away and for a brief microsecond, it felt like I was just born, a baby. Cord was cut, and you're just placed on the ground, and you are just vulnerable to anything. You're vulnerable to the breeze, to the light, to anything. And I felt so scared and so whatever. And then just like that, it felt like he picked me up and held me against his chest. And it was a father's warmth, a father's love. And with that, I'd never felt safer in my life. And he was just reassuring me that he's there. He's always there. And I think when people have these interactions, when people have these interactions with the Holy Spirit, it's because they're in a place where their heart is so genuine in wanting him. And you have to have before the salvation, you have to go through the struggles. And from then on, every day, he lets me know that he's there every single day. So I wanted to go back to church.
In which way?
In what way?
In which way?
I'll be thinking about something, anything, or I'll talk to him, and all of a sudden he'll just fill me with love. And it changes your entire personality. It puts everything in perspective. All those things you're worried about, you don't need to worry about them anymore because he's got your back. It really lets you know that what we're doing here on this earth, this is not the main event. This is just an interim. But it's what we do here that decides where we go afterwards. And if you can take your worries, your dramas, place them in his hands, then you got nothing left to worry about. Really. You can take me tomorrow. That's cool.
I'd like to just become a ghost. I don't want people.
I don't know about ghosts.
But yeah.
It's so hard to. I want to word this. I'm not good with words.
It's hard for people to understand that, and it's hard for me to relay it because it's pure emotion. It's pure feeling.
It's like it's not that I have always said that I've always struggled to understand just like that whole faith. Like how does someone just, I'm not saying just believe in it, but like how does or anyone or any religion or any, like, I'm a tangible kind of guy. Like I
need to see it, touch it, and feel it.
And I think it's pretty awesome that people can have that kind of belief system, faith, or knowing, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but I don't usually know where I go with this.
I guess you probably find it hard to believe in something that you can't physically feel or see or touch, right? But then, like people who are religious, they would say, well, it's everything around you.
And you
so
felt
you
it.
You can see it, touch it, feel it. Like I lived in a Christian camp for a year when I lived in Canada, and we were just using the camp as a lodging. We were working up in the mountains, and they let us stay there because we were paying a lot of money just to stay there. But the camp, all the money went back into the running of the camp, right? And this was a summer camp, so it was an American youth summer camp. They had camps there, for 15 weeks over the summer, 5-day camps, 200 to 500 kids. But for the rest of the year, there was just us and the workers there, and it was the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your life. It was the most beautiful place I'd ever been to.
I'm glad.
And they would bring these inner city kids out to this place, and they would show these kids the beauty, and they would say, this is the beauty of God, and this is what God's provided you. And a lot of kids had never seen anything so beautiful in their life, and even myself, I've traveled to South Island and New Zealand and stuff like that. This place was next level, and so for me it was kind of like when somebody said to me, God has been seen on every inch of this property. Like, for somebody who's religious, I believe that, because looking around, it was so amazingly beautiful. Like I could see why you'd think that. And even though we weren't religious, the people that I met there that year, you know, everyone's just normal people getting along, you know, and doing their thing. And, you know, I've never really, I grew up with a very Catholic grandmother, and I went to church with her a lot growing up. She actually got asked not to bring us to church anymore because I used to steal money off the plate.
Oh, you ain't going to heaven.
Because that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You know, as a 6-year-old, that's what I thought you were doing.
You were 6.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I would get the plate, and I'd take the 50 cents because it was the biggest one.
Yeah.
and so yeah, she got asked not to bring us anymore. But also me and my sister caused a bit of a ruckus one day, and I think my nana was embarrassed by that.
Yeah,
but
it happened.
But yeah, like even though like I never really grew up religious, I guess I always had the same ideals and ideology as religious people. You know, you be a good person, and you do to others as you want done to you, and you know, we don't judge others, and all this sort of stuff. You know, like I guess what I sometimes struggle with is the fact that people they hold on to religion and as this I guess this pinnacle of hope, and it's kind of like at the end of the day, like, isn't it you that's doing all this stuff for yourself? Like, it's like you're the one that's decided to do this thing that's then created this good thing in your life, or you know, you've made this decision, and you know, something not so good's happened, and we learn from the mistakes, and I don't know, I just struggle with the fact that people put so much of their faith into something that actually at the end of the day it's you. It's you.
Like giving yourself not enough credit for getting.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, you know, we put all that credit into something that actually at the end of the day it was you that did it.
Who gave you the wisdom to make that decision?
Yeah, that's what I was like. I
Well,
know.
I guess, you know, if we really break it down into layers, I mean, you know, I could say, well, I read that from a book, and I learned that, and somebody else learned that and put it into text, and I've learned that from them, and you know, like, but yeah, I don't know, it's a really, like, I'm kind of like Braden. I find it really hard to believe in something I can't tangibly see or hold or even feel, because I've never had that feeling like you've had, but I guess I never really gave myself to it either. But I'm not against it by any means.
No, so yeah.
By any means at all.
I secretly hope there is.
Yeah. Oh,
I
same.
secretly hope that there is.
Prove
I've
me
talked
wrong.
to some
mate.
people,
Prove
and,
me wrong. Like,
they find it hard to believe the events of the Bible, or you know, Jesus being here on this planet. And I said, well, what are the things that are making it hard for you to believe? And they said, well, all the miracles. And it's like, well, what do you need to believe? And it's like, they need to see a miracle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they want proof.
You know, they don't believe in the miracles that are performed throughout history, but they'll put all their faith in the miracle that all this came from a big bang of nothing. Like, all this just came out of nothing in a split second. Like, to me, that's a bit hard to believe. Like, this has got to be created. It's definitely created. Any great thing has a creator behind it. This is definitely not just a random series of events. You'll get there.
Maybe one day. I mean, like, you know, like,
I love it. I love all the talk about it.
You know, my daughters, they say, well, Dad, you don't believe in God. And I say, well, not necessarily. Like, I don't believe that I'm not a spiritual person. Like, and I say to them, if I was to believe in anything, I believe in Mother Nature, because I believe that the earth works as one big machine. And, you know, that, you know, I believe in the earth and the Mother Nature. And I guess there's, you know, nothing's plugged in. You know, we don't plug ourselves in. The earth doesn't plug itself in. And you know, all the things on earth, we don't don't plug ourselves in. You know, we're powered by the sun and you know all of the things around us. You know, the atmosphere and all that sort of stuff. So, I guess if anything, you know, like growing up in NZ, you know, we grow up with Māori mythology being taught in school. You know, sort of the god of the forest and the god of the ocean and you know the wind and all that sort of stuff. And so my kids say, oh, you know, I believe in that sort of stuff, and it's like, that's cool, man. You believe in that, you know. That's because they got cool names like Papatunuku, you know, and stuff like that. And it's kind of you know, it sounds cool to say,
Yeah.
you know. And so, but yeah, I mean, you know, you look across the world and everybody got their own way of perceiving religion, right?
Sure.
And I guess at the end of the day, the God is all in one, but it's just seen in different forms by many different people, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's how I always thought it was kind of like there was always mention of someone throughout different. I don't know. Fucking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't discredit the Bible. I mean, like, sure, like that's
It's
you
all
know,
come
like
from somewhere.
yeah, like it's got to have come from somewhere, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, and I would never say that Jesus probably was never a real person.
Well,
And
there's
he
actually
was,
more written text out there confirming that Jesus was real
Mm.
and he was here
yeah.
outside of biblical text.
Mm.
There's more evidence of him being here and performing miracles.
Do you believe
outside of the
that he may have been a little bit smarter than the average person at the time, and that was sort of something why people kind of were drawn to him, because he kind of was probably a bit more of a forethinker than others?
Well, he's God in the flesh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, he was the son. He was the son of God. He
Well,
was-
no, he's God in the
They're all-
flesh.
Yeah.
He's
it's all-
just
it's
he
this-
calls
it's-
God the Father because Father is the creator,
Mm.
and he created himself in human flesh. So it's
It's yeah, yeah. That's the one thing that I all my RE classes and stuff like that. I'm like, so which I'm like, it's like he's like all the
it's the Trinity. So you
Yeah.
got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father is the creator, the Son is the human form, and the Holy Spirit is the energy in which he operates.
There we go. Penny dropped. There you go.
You just learned something.
I did.
Yeah.
I fucking that was primary school and high school, and I'd never got it until now.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
What were you going to say there, Dean? I heard you were going to say something.
Oh, he was going to mention about the Holy Spirit and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No. Like I always never used to like eat meat on Good Fridays and stuff like that, and I've only just started eating meat on Good Fridays, and even though
Why didn't you before?
my dad always asked me not to, and he's not super religious either, you know, but he always liked to just always try to do that one thing. It's like, it's just one simple thing that.
So were you doing that to appease him, or were you doing that because you're like, well, what if?
That's what he says too. He goes, what if? What if it was all true, you know? And
Exactly. Like when you think about it, you know, people go, oh, I choose not to believe because I want, when I'm dead, to be just nothing, to return to nothing. Okay. Well, if I'm wrong and I die and it turns to blackness and nothing, then no harm, no foul.
well, you won't know.
But if it's true,
And you
You're
end up at
laughing.
the pearly gates.
if it's true,
Yeah.
you know, what you've done in this life is going to reflect on that.
Mm.
You know, as I said before, this is an interim. Our souls are eternal. And this is deciding the factor of what happens to us after that. And I don't live a good life because I'm, you know, building brownie points to get me to a certain place. I live a good life because that's who he makes me want to be. I want to be a good person.
Okay.
It feels better to be good.
Oh,
It feels
yeah.
better to give. It feels better to help. It feels better if you can make someone's day better, their week better, their life better
Definitely.
by some kind of interaction, some kind of intervention with them, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing.
Yep.
If you can give, give.
Yeah.
If you can help. Imagine if we all did that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
wouldn't the world be a better place?
Mm.
Just one good act of kindness a day
Yeah.
keeps hell away, people.
Well, I try have a nice conversation with a stranger every day. That's one of my things. Is
Yeah.
and some days I might not get it just because I have low level interaction with my work. But some days I might get 3 or 4 good conversations with a stranger.
Mm.
And I think it's a lost art form, and I think it's something that still is needed in this world to be able to talk to others, because it reminds others and people out there that there are still good people out there just being good people.
Mm.
And I think and especially sort of when you see people who may be struggling a little bit or something like that, it kind of like to restore just that little bit of faith in humanity, just through conversation, just being nice and friendly to people, because that's just generally who I am, anyways. And so I think I don't know, I feel like I can be all those things without having to believe in God. And then if one day I do end up at the pearly gates, I'll go, fuck, God damn it. And I'll say, no, you can't come in. But I would hope that I'd be accepted because of the life that I chose to live, regardless. I mean, I've done some pretty shitty things, and I definitely feel like I've repaid my karma. Karma is action, and I definitely feel like I've repaid that back, tenfold, on a lot of the shitty things I did when I was young. I mean, no frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Hey, that's just being a kid.
That's right.
you know.
That's right.
That's how we learn.
That's right.
We learn from our mistakes. I think
Mm.
the biggest lessons we learn in life is through failure.
Yeah.
You don't learn anything from winning,
Mm.
but you learn from losing.
Yeah. And that's what I said to my daughter the other day. She's at an age at the moment where she just wants help for everything.
Mm.
And I had to sit her down the other day. I said, look, babe, if I help you all the time, I'm actually doing you a disservice, because I'm not allowing you to make the mistakes, because you can't learn if you don't make mistakes. Oh, but Dad, it's so hard. It's like,
That's the point.
This is hard.
That's the point.
She was putting her bike away, and the other bikes are in the way.
Fuck.
And she's
that
like-
must be a thing at the moment.
And she's
The
like,
bikes.
I can't move that bike to get that bike. And I'm like, well, sometimes you just have to maybe step back and have a little look at what you can do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. I said, if you can do this one thing, then the next thing that you come across, you might say, wow, I put that bike away and this next thing might be easier. I said, but if I keep helping you, you're not going to ever learn, I'm big on my kids making mistakes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've got another couple of questions, I think.
Mm.
Did you have any once you found your faith again, or sorry,
Reconnected.
when you got reconnected? Did you have any regret about not staying connected?
No.
I guess. No.
No, because everything that's happened in my life has led me to this point, and it's all for a reason.
Yeah.
The story about the lost sheep.
Mm.
I heard that story for a little bit before I went back to church, and I realized I was that lost sheep. Good shepherd leaves the 99 to go and look for the one, and there's no, where have you been? It's like, glad to have you back. I hold you against my chest, take you back to the others. No, we're exactly where we need to be. It would have been nice to go back, but no regrets. None.
That's hilarious. That's
Love
so
that.
good. I've got one last question for me. Like, what's your favorite? Is it a quote or your favorite verse, or that you find yourself always going back to recharge your batteries?
I don't have one.
No.
I don't have one. I try and read the good word as much as I can, religiously. I try and get a little bit in before bed, and sometimes when I wake up, when the mind is at its freshest.
Mhm.
But it's all it's all relevant. It's just how willing you're being able to read it and have it correlate to your own life.
Yeah.
How much you want to see in the word for you to get the message that you need to hear.
Yeah.
Some days it's strange. Like I'll be like, God, Lord, give me something for today. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Exactly what I needed to
Yeah.
hear for that day, for whatever problem that I might have coming up, or for some challenge that, if I'm going into a meeting and I don't have the words or the confidence, or if I'm doing a tattoo that I know is going to be really taxing on me, I'll hear exactly what I need to hear. Thank you, Lord. Boom. But no, I don't have a favorite. It's
No.
all good.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah,
it
that's
changed
awesome.
the way that you tattooed?
Change the way that I tattoo. I try not to tattoo anything demonic now.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to put that out there.
Yeah.
I've never really tattooed anything racist or anything.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask earlier.
Anything derogatory to anyone or any group. But no, I don't think it's changed the way I tattoo. It gives me more joy when I tattoo something biblical now.
Imagine how good it's going to feel when you restore this piece of crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I've been looking at the photos and I don't know whether we need to restore it or just to cover it.
Whatever you think, mate. Whatever you think. It's yours.
Okay.
It's yours. You do with it what you want.
Did you want to stay with the
You
biblical
whatever.
theme?
Yeah, because that still represented a time where I was struggling,
Yeah.
and I happened to be in a factory with, I don't know what branch of they were, but they were one of them was a pastor.
Pastor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was listening to a lot of religious stuff, and yeah,
I've got a few ideas already
sweet.
of how we can sort of beef it up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm keen as a bean, mate.
All right. We'll find some
Keen,
time.
keen as a bean, but yeah, it's good that
What's your faith given you that nothing else really ever did? Like when you had the disconnection from your faith, and then you've reconnected with it. Did you find that there was like you kind of went, oh, I really feel like something was missing now?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you reflected back on the time where you kind of disconnected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always need him.
Yeah.
Always need him. Always have needed him. Always will need him. Every second
Yeah.
of the day.
Because I felt the same way, like going back to that feeling that I believe in Mother Nature, right? Like I grew up in the rural setting, and then through my early teens and most of my teens, I was like concrete jungle because I was skateboarding and I was always in the city and stuff like that. And it wasn't until my early 20s that I reconnected with the forest and the bush. And I was kind of like, wow, like this is actually where I really need to be. And so I guess it was like same kind of feeling, right? Like, like I really felt like I'd missed that just being in the bush. And I guess that feeling that you said that you had that feeling of love come over you, like I guess that's what I felt when I found the bush again.
There's a lot of energy in nature. I mean,
Yeah.
they've hooked trees up to find out how much energy is coming out of them.
Yeah.
And there's almost like a conscious energy there. So people that gravitate towards the bush or to water, like water is a great conductor of energy. They don't know why they like it, but they love it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely understand. I'd love to move a bit closer to the bush and be surrounded by more trees, nature,
yeah, man. Water for me.
Just
I
getting
love
connected
being
to
by
the
the
earth,
water.
just
I love
grounding.
Yeah.
ocean.
I miss being in the bush immensely.
Yeah.
Hence why we're doing this trip soon. Because I really need to just
Primal.
Just go out there and connect. Man.
Primal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really need it in my life. Me and my partner, who I'm still with now, we split for a very short amount of time, about 4 years into our relationship. And I was sad that she left me, but she had to leave me for her own reasons. I let her go. She had things to do, and that was fine. We obviously reconnected. But I went and got this, I drew this picture of the forest And I put that there on my arm because it was kind of like, well, I can teleport to my happy place if I ever need to. And so it was kind of like, yeah, that connection of that space that was really, that made me feel really, really good. And so I guess that's I guess when I look at the feelings that you describe for Christ and your faith, it's sort of like the same feelings I have for nature in a way.
I wish I felt those feelings.
Yeah.
Well, when you split from your partner,
Mm.
besides feeling sad, what else were you sort of wrestling with?
Oh, well, I guess I didn't really understand why she left or why she needed to leave. But
You had the talk though before, or was it just like,
no, I came home one Friday and she says, I'm leaving.
oh,
And I said,
that's
oh,
rough?
okay.
Mm.
I didn't own her, so I couldn't make her stay if that's what she'd already decided to do.
Of course.
So I just said, okay. And that was how it went down. We got back together about 10 months later. Obviously she needed some time apart, and then we sort of started to talk again after about 6 months of being apart, and then we sort of talked about why she left and the breakdown in that relationship there, and we got back together. But it always it was that moment of going, like for the first time in my life, like I felt sad, like I didn't want her to leave, but I couldn't not make her stay if she'd already decided something for herself, and so
Kind of helpless.
Was that a good time
Yeah.
for like reflection on yourself to
Oh,
find out
100
like who you were? Like
100%.
how long were you with her before you split?
about 4 years.
Okay.
About 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. And we'd never really had many problems, but that probably that last year before she left, there's probably some signs there that, like I didn't really pick up on, just because as a man, you neglect to see the signs
Yeah.
until it's too late. Maybe, it's not that you don't see them, it's that you don't want to believe them. And
Well,
so
you don't want to believe that they're a
yeah,
problem.
and that you're part of the problem.
Oh, we all play a part.
I was probably I was the reason.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, yeah, it was one of those things, eh? But we figure it out. You figure it out.
So would you say you were a different person, a more refined version of yourself when you got back together? Like you had more to offer this time, or something different to offer?
Yeah, we're definitely both become we'd grown. We'd both grown a little bit more in that time. So there was it opened up the level of communication that needed to be there in the start.
Yeah.
Getting back together, because obviously there was some prerequisites from both sides about getting back together in the moment, And so it's yeah, but
Well, a great thing in those situations is to be self-aware, to really look at yourself and go, okay, what did I do? What role did I play in this breakup? To be self-aware, and then to be proactive in sort of changing that. Because I find that when we're in a relationship for so long, you stop becoming, you stop being the boyfriend or the partner, and you start being the dad, the breadwinner. That's your main role now. And there can be some resentment sort of in there, especially in these days and age where, like, we know the family dynamic isn't what it used to be 50 years ago. Dad was the breadwinner. He'd go off to work, sort out the money, bring the money home. The woman would stay at home and make sure the house is good, make sure the kids are fed, yada, yada, yada. Now, households can't run on one income anymore. So you've got two people that have to be breadwinners and then come home and then look after the house and the kids.
You're both tired and you both don't want to cook, and
It can really put an unnatural strain on the relationship, and you start seeing that person as that person. They're not the person I fell in love with anymore. They're the person that's not picking up after themselves, or not contributing enough, or whatever. So, I've learned that can be very, very stressful on a relationship.
yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
No, but
Yeah.
I think I think I had a similar conversation with someone about this, and it was also like, oh no, this doesn't. I don't know if this fits now. But it was more like, that men go really silent in those situations because they often don't want to talk about it, because then it exposes all their faults and flaws within that relationship. It means that they have to take accountability and responsibility for their actions, and it's much easier to stay silent and then just resent your partner without having to work on yourself.
It depends. Like, I think most men are thinkers.
Mm.
Like, in the heat of an argument, we know that if we open our mouth right now, it's going to be purely emotional based. I'm going to say some shit that I don't really mean, and then I'll have that to be apologetic for, on top of the thing that we're angry about each other in the first place. So men will often recede and go into their cave and think about it, but women just want to keep talking about it. Hang on, I don't have the words yet. Let me think about this for a minute. I more often than not, I'll go away, and the time has passed. I think, oh, that was a great thing to say. I should have said that, or whatever. So I think it's great that men do see that, and that they go away and think about it before resuming the argument.
Well, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I've just blurted it out because I'm like, yeah, I want this one to sting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want this one to. I want you to know that I'm hurting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but
that
afterwards you go, oh shit.
That doesn't solve anything.
No, it doesn't.
That just
It
paints
doesn't.
a new problem.
It
and then they're
does.
angry at you about that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's not
Yeah.
even what we're fighting about.
It's like, what did I read? I heard the other day. It's like, on Monday she's right, on Tuesday she's right, and on Wednesday you're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just felt like I had to say that was funny.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I've mentioned many times on the podcast, like my wife and I, we've been together 21 years now, with the 10-month break, and we've seen every type of relationship. She even asked me this morning. She says, "Oh, are we good?" I said, "Yeah. Why would you think otherwise?" And she says, "I don't know. You seem a bit off lately." I said, "I don't know, man. We've been busy." I said, "You've been sick. She's sort of started teaching this year, so she's been really busy with her teaching. I've been busy with work, podcast, running, training, all these sorts of things." And I said, maybe it's just because we haven't really had a lot of time out together.
Yeah.
I said, maybe we need to prioritize some.
You need to have that
time.
date night.
Yeah.
And be that boyfriend and girlfriend again.
That's right. I said, we haven't had one for a while, and maybe that's what it is, It's just sort of, we're just going through the motions of daily life, and sometimes it feels a little bit, just a little bit, I guess, dull. I said, babe, I love you more than I ever have. I said, we're stronger than we've ever been. So I said, no, nothing's wrong. I said, we've just been busy.
Yeah, well, that's great communication.
Yeah.
Would you say, no, definitely you've become stronger since, since the break?
Yeah. Oh,
it was almost like,
yeah.
Even though it was a sad time, it was almost like a good thing that it happened.
Oh,
because it really made you reflect.
100%. You're like, I mean, like I said to her, like when we first got together, she was 19, I was 21, and she says, she started talking about babies straight away. And for most guys, that'd be a bit of a red flag. Yeah.
Settle down.
And I said to her, well, pull the reins on that. I said, 5 years marriage, 8 years babies. I said, if you can last that long, then I'll give you those things. And yeah, it was just kind of like some numbers I came up with at the time, right? But it ended up being 11 years babies, 16 years marriage. So it was,
You postponed it.
Yeah, she did well. She did well. Stick around, put up with my bullshit. yeah.
There's obviously a lot of good there.
Yeah. No, it's great. We've got a good relationship. I mean, you can't have the good without the bad.
No.
Yeah, and
It's balance.
And that goes back to the you got to make mistakes to learn the lessons. And I always said, I'm not going to have my kids with anybody else. So that was sort of something I decided a long time ago. And so we make it work.
Oh, so that's
Best lessons are learned from the mistakes that hurt the most.
Yeah.
I feel if it hurts more, you're going to learn something really great from
Oh.
this, whatever it is. As long as you take the time to reflect and think of it.
absolutely. You got to learn from it though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All my.
And see, this is The tattooist
Tattooist
is a modern
is the modern day therapist, mate. I'm telling you.
I
That's,
just had a therapy session,
yeah,
didn't I?
man.
It's cool. I'll leave you the bill when I'm
Yeah, that's right.
Mate. I tell you, it's.
Is that kind of like what a therapy session's like? Because I've never had therapy before.
Oh, I've had plenty of 'em.
That's right. So you're the therapy guy. I'm not.
Ugh.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's not. This is.
I always turn to the bush. See, that was where I got my therapy. Was in the bush. Yeah.
No, it's good because like you're sitting there with Brett and like your adrenaline's going because you're getting your tattoo done, and then when that's all done, you're all relaxed because you've got no more energy left. But then you've also managed to have what's up to you. You've had a good chat. Usually it's about the tattoo and what it means to you, and then you go down another rabbit hole and another rabbit hole, and then you're usually there for about a good minimum 2 hours at least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, I'm the client that doesn't talk.
Oh no, I'd hate you.
I can't look. I can't even look at it. I can't even look at it being done. I got to look away. I got to.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Do I sit well?
You sit great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just sit there and I just take it.
I don't remember any problems. So
Nah.
it must be good.
I just sit there and take it, mate.
I have to try and. I just have to try and go somewhere else.
Nah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Yeah. The only places that didn't hurt was the forearms and the arms. Like that. That was a bitch.
Well, you think about it, like anything on the outside of your body gets touched a lot.
That's
it's
right.
desensitized.
Yeah.
Once you start going inside,
That's right.
it doesn't get touched much.
That's why I've never done this bit or this
where
bit
it's a bit more sensitive.
because
Oh,
I'm a
yeah,
big
yeah.
chicken.
This one here hurt
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot because I got
yeah.
like a little colour thingy there.
Yeah, man.
And he was one of the guys at your shop that did that part there.
Oh.
And just going over that part where I spent a lot of time on my knees. And that
I got builder's knees.
sucked.
Yeah.
That sucked. And then near my nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
I've always found like knees and elbows, it's not the knee or the elbow, it's the connective tissue around it.
Yeah,
It's where
okay.
the tendon joins the bone. That's the painful bit.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, my mate did a good mate of mine, rest in peace, son. But he had a full Transformers piece on his
Oh, cool.
arm, and it went from his arm to his chest and over his back. But he got his armpit done, and just would have been so intense. I mean, he was a tough guy. Anyways, he did a 9.5 hour session on his ribs, and then got on a plane and flew to Canada, and sort of 14 hours and straight from the tattoo studio to the flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I just thought, man, and yeah, he just got his nipples done, just cover them up.
Cover them up.
Yep, cover them up.
Blast them.
Yep, just
Oh,
blast them out, man.
jeez
And it's just like,
Louise.
damn, like, yeah.
I like my nipples where they are.
Oh,
I've gone
man.
up to them, but haven't gone over.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
need to go over top of them.
No, why would you do that?
Because he didn't want them poking through his tattoo. And I said to him, well, you couldn't just incorporate it? And he's like, nah. He's like, nah.
I actually had one guy. He was big into body modification, and I did this full anatomically correct chest torso piece. So ribs, heart, lungs, intestines, spleen,
Oh, wow.
everything where it should be.
Yeah.
And he turned up one day and I'm like, what's that? And he goes, that's my belly button. He had his belly button removed
Oh,
because he thought
fuck.
it would get in the way. Well, he didn't want it to get in the way. I said, dude, I can go around it. It's totally fine. But he had his belly button cut out and then put inside this resin.
What?
Yeah.
What they cut it out and then they graft the skin back over
so he's
and
just-
just sewed them up.
It was just smooth.
Wow. Never heard of that being done.
Yeah.
That is.
He's got a bunch of other stuff done to him.
Yeah.
Good bloke.
Yeah.
Really nice bloke.
Yeah.
wow. But yeah, he won a few awards
I've never heard of that.
for that.
Oh, that's cool.
He's been
man.
to the doctor and even the doctor was like, everything's in its place.
Hey.
It's exactly where it needs to be.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah. On his back, we did just like a full X-ray of his back.
Oh,
a full just
cool.
blue and white X-ray,
Yep.
which turned out pretty cool. He won some awards for that one too.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that loves hanging
Yeah.
from
Oh,
hooks
Yeah.
and whatnot. He'll drag a car through
Yeah.
the car park
Mm.
with hooks in his back.
Dal Sim.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah,
picture those
it's
people.
impressive.
Dal Sim.
it's
Yeah.
impressive to watch.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
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 Actually, I was there for when he got his tongue split too. That looked, even though I was like, ooh.
Oh, you saw him do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I had
Wow.
him and another friend, they went and got their tongue split with the same guy in the same afternoon.
My mouth just got really watery.
Oh, I thought it was bad enough getting my tongue done when I had that done. Imagine getting that cut open.
Mm.
Oh man. Yeah, that's next level stuff, eh?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, to each their own. I
Mm.
say.
Yeah. No,
I don't want it.
No. That's exactly it. Each to their own. If that's what you're into,
Yeah.
go for it. Get
And
rid of
you,
your belly
and
button.
you usually find that those people that do that, they're the nicest people too.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've met some pretty intensely modified people, and they're the nicest people. And
You
Well,
think
they
about
don't
those
judge.
You think about
They don't judge.
You got no business judging.
That's right.
Really, you're going to comment on my shirt?
Yeah,
Look at you, dude.
yeah, that's right. You put
Yeah.
your tongue back in your tongue's back in your mouth.
Yeah, I think those people, especially, you'll think of what that person must be like. You have this perception of their personality. They must be hardcore. They must be just always angry to be able to put up with that. But beautiful humans, absolutely great.
yeah,
Can't fault him.
that's awesome, man.
Haven't
That's
seen him
awesome.
for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any final words there, Brett? Anything you want to bestow upon us? Any wisdom that you have?
Great piece of wisdom would be come down to Top Shelf Tattoo.
Yeah.
Whatever you need,
Absolutely.
we'll sort you out.
Absolutely. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
I
appreciate that.
think I have to get along. It's been a while since I've had any ink done, so
You got your tax back, so.
nah, it's been absorbed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My goal will be to get you talking
Yeah.
for your tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll talk.
Yeah. We're doing an area that I'm not such a bitch about.
I see a whole bunch of empty skin on the other arm there.
Yeah,
so-
I've got something planned for this.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, with another mate of ours, Travis. But he's sort of slowly gotten out of the game, so I'm sort of hoping that I can still get him while he's still tattooing.
He's trying to get out of the game.
Well, he was tattooing full time, but he's had to go back to
Panel beater?
to spray painting cars,
Okay.
and
He had to go back. Why did he have to go back?
I think it was a money thing. Yeah,
Okay.
and he's still tattooing on a Saturday though,
Mm-hmm.
in the shop that he was working at, and so but I don't think he's going to be doing that much longer. So
That's a shame.
Well, I hope those people from the tattoo shop know that.
yeah,
Surprise!
Yeah. No, I
You just
think
dropped him in the shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's but no, he's a super nice guy. He's super talented, and
That's a
yeah,
shame.
it was a real shame to
Yeah, he is a talent.
unreal talent. I'll show you some of his stuff after.
Oh, look, I think anyone who's got any flair for the creative needs to really embrace that and push it. I hear a lot of stories that people used to draw when they were kids and they're really good at it, but then they stop because of life or whatever. I think, wow, imagine if you kept going with that, what you'd be doing now. Because like I said before, when you're doing a job that doesn't feel like work, that's half the battle.
That's
Is
winning.
finding something that you're passionate about and getting to do that all day and then getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Like that's something.
Yeah.
You can not only just hold your head high and be proud of what you do, but to enjoy it while you're doing it. That's
No,
something.
and I think that's a great piece of wisdom. That's a great piece of wisdom there too. Yeah.
Mate, you get to go to the tattooist, get your tattoos done, and get some wisdom bestowed upon you, knowledge,
Yep.
mate. Like, what an outing!
That's it.
What an
it.
outing!
What an outing.
No,
and it's with you
nice.
forever. Knowledge
is.
and the tattoo.
Yeah. No, awesome, man. Awesome. Well, guys, remember, if you like what we do, comment, like, subscribe, share. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Find us streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube. Subscribe to the channels, get the updates. And, get along to Brett's studio.
Yep.
And you'll find his details in the description below. And awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been so good.
Oh, cheers. Thank you for having me.
Awesome
Nah,
to
man.
meet you,
Thanks,
man.
Great combo.
thanks for coming on. I
No,
appreciate it, man.
Great conversation too, man.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
I did too.
It was awesome.
It's good.
It's awesome. All right, man. Peace out.
Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.